What's up, everyone? We are back. That is right. The fellas, the gang, we're all here. You're listening to Huddle Up right here on the Missouri Sports Network inside of the Pizza Ranch studio. Let me show you who's on here. Let me tell you, the big fella up there is Guy Newcomb. The other guy over here, the good looking one with the hat, his name is the coach. They call him DA, and I'm Johnny Mack. I'll be kind of navigating this thing today, but guys, I am hot. I am fired up, and I am ready to go. There's this guy on here that's running his Cub stuff to me. I had to go wash my mouth out with soap. It is bad up in here. The Cardinals are playing like crap. We're going to get right into Major League Baseball. We ain't even going to get into Major League Baseball. We're going to get into Cardinal baseball. It is ridiculous what is going on out here. I can't stand it. Everyone's getting passes. Guy is the big guy. He's giving everybody excuses to get off. Oh, this and that. Oh, this and that. And I'm just tired of it. Then you got the coach over here. He's a Cub fan. I don't know why. He's had one day of glory. And I mean that in a lot of different ways, people. Use your imagination. He had one day of glory in the last 5 years. And then we got the big fella over here, Big Newcomb here. And tell me how the Cardinals, after a playoff season, is having the worst season in the last what, guy? How many years, brother?
50 years. You go back to 1973 was the last time they started this bad. And there's several things you can point to. Helsley blows one last night after the Cardinals come back. They get 3 runs, and he gives up 3. The problem is they ain't winning, so he's not getting to throw. He hadn't thrown in 12 days.
So that's your excuse because he hasn't thrown in 12 days. That's your excuse.
Yeah, they were unearned runs. So
you give it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Hey, and Wainwright's not been there.
Rookie.
Wainwright's not been there, and they don't have Yachty anymore. So who's running the club? Who's taking care of the pitchers?
Oh my God. God, you're the biggest apologist I know right now. They are not performing. These are professional athletes. The Cubs are 2 games out of first. One of the worst run franchises in the history of baseball. The Chicago Cubs are 2 games out of first place. And Guy, you're telling me that in the last 50 years, that team, tell me about that team 50 years ago, the talent they had.
It was Bob Gibson. It was at the end of his career. Ted Simmons, Joe Torre, Lou Brock, Kenny Reitz, Matty Alou, Bake McBride, Tim McCarver, Al Hrabosky, all on that team that started 5-19. But they did finish second that year, but they were 81-81 right at 500.
And guess where the Cubs were that year? In last place. DA, I'm telling you, this is out of control, fellas. Guy, I know you're saying he hasn't pitched in a while, but I don't care. They pitch on bowl playing sessions. That you're a professional athlete. You can't come in and give up to a rookie. What it was a slider count, what it was, a backdoor break, whatever, a breaking ball that broke right in the middle of the plate. I'm hitting that. I'm getting 350 on that pitch. I promise you. I'm getting 350. I might not lift the yard. I'm getting 350 with good wood on that. If I had aluminum, 375, 380. I'm taking that one. DA, what are your thoughts?
Here's my first thought. I feel like Nuke and I need to come down and have an intervention and get all the sharp objects out of your house, get the firearms,
come on, fella,
and start doing daily wellness checks on you.
Get here quick, fella.
No, I think it's just a culmination of a lot of different things. I was reading something today that Guy and I talked about off air, is that a lot of the pitching blame is going toward Wilson Contreras, in the fact that the ERA of the Cardinals has dropped almost 1.5 points since this time last year with basically the same staff. And they're saying that he can't frame pitches, and he's having trouble calling games. I mean, they're throwing darts at anybody and everybody. And I think that's part of the problem right now. But one thing you've also got to realize is we're a month in. It's not time to hit the panic button yet. They're going to find stride. They have too good of a team to start bailing water right now. They're going to have to get it together pretty quick, or they're going to have a long, hard summer ahead of them trying to get back in the race and to get a spot in the playoffs. But I think it starts with pitching.
Yeah, DA, I'm not giving you that. So when do you hit the panic button, DA? When we 25 games out of first place? When do we hit the panic button? Why not hit it now? Sound the alarm. Say, hey, people are panicking out here, DA. I'm one of the people. I'm panicking right now.
What was it? 3 or 4 years ago that the Cardinals won 17 in a row to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, and they fired Schilt at the end of that year.
And they fired Schilt at the end of the year, correct? Yeah. So they reel off a bunch of wins. Hey, a month left in the season, they're done.
Stop. How many times you heard somebody win 17 games in a row, DA?
You don't. But
okay, so you tell me I should be waiting on that to happen?
I don't think you should be.
3 games in. I'll be happy with 3.
Man, see, that's typical Cardinal fan right there, man. Typical Cardinal fan. It's not as bad as what you think. Walk a mile in my moccasins there, Tonto.
No, I don't want to walk in your shoes. They stink, they smell, and they're too small. I got big hands and big feet. I don't want to do it. Big fella, am I wrong? Am I wrong, Noob, to hit the panic button?
I think with the leadership, I think Marmal, I'm panicking about Marmal. I'd like to drive up there and slap him in the face. I mean, he's got different lineup every day. They send down Jordan Walker.
Why?
They bring up, or they go out and re-sign Motter, and so he's coming back. They have too many outfielders. Who do you trade? Who's eligible to trade? The problem is with the new rules with regards to the playoffs, everybody right now thinks they've got a shot at the playoffs with all the teams they've added. So they're not going to be releasing any arms. I mean, Liberatore, where the heck is he? What's going on with him? Wainwright's still in rehab. He threw last night for the Cardinals, Springfield Cardinals against Wichita. They got beat 12-2, but he just gave up 2 runs, only threw 74 pitches. But he needs to get back. He's not going to do anything. He already knows how to pitch. If he can go out there and throw the 74, he doesn't need another rehab assignment. He needs to be back in St. Louis on Tuesday night, starting in that Angels series. They got to get him back and get him into that clubhouse. And DeYoung, he's come back, and maybe they're showcasing him. Maybe they want to trade him. But hell, he went 3 for 4 with a home run his first night. He gets a pinch hit last night.
He does it.
Maybe he's figured it out.
Cardinals have traded away, tell me if I'm wrong, 3 budding superstars. I forgot the third one. Alcantara. What's it? Am I saying that right? Alcantara.
Arozarena,
and the other one. Forgot his name. Who's the former Cardinal. How do you let those people just walk out the door, DA? And I'm telling you, there's a certain aspect of these individuals that needs to be noticed. I'm not going to bring it up on this channel. I'm not going to do it to you guys. But there's a certain aspect of the Cardinals that seems to be a trend going. They let it go. A lot of good international players. I don't want to say it, of color though. I just put it out there. And I'm kind of wondering why. And you bring Jordan Walker up, then you put him back down. And DeYoung gets, how many chances do we give DeYoung? He starts off hot, and then people kind of, it's Paul DeYoung. And then he settles down. But fellas, we got a couple more segments we're gonna go through. But DA, you tell me, do you think Mozeliak deserves another year, or should he be on the hot seat?
Yes, I think he deserves another 10 years, as long as he's the GM, or as long as he's running he's running the show. That's good news for everybody else in the NL Central. So sign him on. Sign him on. Long term. Let's go.
Now you're gonna blame it on the catcher because he's not framing pitches. I mean, come on,
hey, don't shoot the messenger. That's what's out on the internet.
Come on.
And not to pour salt in an open wound, but since Contreras left, the Cubs ERA is the 4th lowest in the third lowest in all of Major League Baseball. So I think there's a lot of finger pointing going toward Contreras.
Let me tell you something, young man. If for you saying that you're not going to pour salt in an open wound, that dang on valve, that salt valve is wide open.
Yes, it is.
That's salt on the wound, my friend. Hey, we're going to be back here today. That's our time at this segment. You listen to Huddle Up inside the Pizza Ranch studio here on the Missouri Sports Network. We'll be right back. We got some more stuff. We might jump back into the Cardinals again. We got some other stuff we're going to talk about. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
This has been a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network. Thank you for tuning